Hello there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ole Brygger, and if you're new here, I really hope I will earn your subscription today, and you will have a look at my other videos. In this video, I'm going to do something I've never tried before, and it's kind of an experiment, but I use a lot of these Tufts, and I primarily get the ones from the Army Painter. They're pretty cheap, and you get a lot for your money. I was just wondering if it's possible to make them yourself. And I've seen a couple of videos here and there how to make it, so why don't we get started? First, I got this sandwich paper, and then I have a ton of static grass, and of course my static grass applicator, and some glue. I will do two experiments. I will do one where I just sprinkle the grass on it, and the other one I will use my static grass applicator. But first we'll put on some glue. I will make some dots in different sizes and even lines for maybe using it for fields. The grass I have came in 2, 4 and 6 millimeters. I mixed up some different kinds, and this is the spring, and I'll just sprinkle it on. In the back there was also some clumps of curled up grass, and it was actually easier to apply this on the dots of glue. On the glue lines I used this 2 millimeter summer and some 4 millimeter spring, just to make some variation on this test. I'll try to do the same layout for the test with the static grass applicator, just some dots and some lines. I started with the 6 millimeter spring, and then I tried some other variations. After a couple of hours, the glue is dry, and the result looks pretty good. But there's a problem. I can't get it off the paper. It was the same all over the place. Everything was stuck, and I was just tearing off the grass and the glue was stuck on the paper. Well, to the garbage can, because this doesn't work. Maybe baking paper is better. I think this will work better. It has a different surface than the sandwich paper. The one thing is it curls up, so I will cut it into minor pieces and just tape it on my desk. Then I will apply the glue the same way as before, some dots and a couple of lines. On this sample I will only use my grass applicator instead of sprinkling it on by hand. I just want to make sure that it all works and I can tear it off the paper when it's dry. The glue has been sitting for about 20 minutes, and I will just wipe off all the excess grass. Well, this looks kind of promising. Let's set this aside to dry and try something else. Well, I have this snow flocking, and I wanted to try out to see if I can mix it with some paint. I used speed paints because it's quite thin and it takes a bit longer to dry up. I used some different colors of speed paint to make some nice flower-like bright colors, and it seemed like it was mixing okay. So let's let it dry up and see how it works. I let it dry for about an hour and it seemed to be enough. So now I'll just try to take it apart and crumple it up so I can put it on the Tufts. I'll spray on some glue mixed with water and then just sprinkle it on. And while the glue dries on the Tufts, I will try a last experiment. Can I make my own grass? For this I have some hemp thread and some sisal thread. And I will just try to cut it up in a bowl, and this splits very good. It should work. Let's try the hemp thread. And this doesn't seem to work as well as the sea cell. It just clumps up, but maybe with some patience it will work. But I can tell you right now, it doesn't. So I stopped cutting him up because it was a dead end. To give it some color, I used some camo cloak speed paint and just a couple of drops, and then mixing it up on the table and let it dry. And then a new piece of baking paper on the table and some glue drops. And now let's see if it will go through the applicator. It seems to be working okay. The straw is lifting up. So let's see how this goes when it's dry. It seems promising for now, but we just have to wait and see. The glue's almost dry, so let's test it out. I have this figurine that is 75 millimeters, and I will put some flowers on this one here, and they release pretty easy from this baking paper. And then one of the homemade. I think this looks pretty good. Well, we are done. I think this was quite a success, and I really like this figurine, 75 millimeter, where I applied the flowers and one of my own homemade tufts. And would I recommend doing this? Not really. It's very time consuming, and maybe in the future, if I need something more special like the flowers, I know I can buy it, but I really rarely use flowers. I might apply this thing to some of the existing. I really like the homemade stuff. I've never seen any tufts looking like this, and they're a bit big. Maybe I should cut the straws a bit shorter next time, but yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be a next time. I might as well just buy them done. So thank you so much for watching this to the end. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.